let's compare the cameras of the iPhone 11 Pro and the previous generation iPhone XS. What's going on, everyone? It is Andrew here from AppleInsider, and the iPhone 11 Pro has some pretty big improvements over the iPhone XS. Not only does it have the new wide-angle lens, there are features throughout the camera app. The tele-lens has a wider, faster aperture, and the wide-angle lens has 100% coverage with focus pixels. Lots to go over. In this video, we're going to go through all of those changes and compare the excellent cameras of the iPhone XS to the amazing cameras in the iPhone 11 Pro. Before we even get to all the sample photography, you can see how much richer the iPhone 11 Pro looks on the left than the iPhone XS on the right. As we mentioned, the iPhone 11 Pro has that new ultra wide angle lens. You can see it represented in the camera app by that 0.5, 1, and 2x option, whereas the iPhone XS is limited just to that 1 and 2x. That ultra wide angle lens can take a shot like this, which looks nice but a little bit constrained, and turn it into this, which is far more expansive and representative of the environment being shot. Here's another shot with the wide angle lens before we take a step back and switch to the ultra wide angle lens on the iPhone 11 Pro. Here we are pushing the tele-lens to the limit with 10x digital zoom on the 11 Pro, and here it is side by side with the same shot on our iPhone XS. The iPhone 11 Pro seems a little bit sharper, and the colors seem a little bit more true to life for the dusk setting. Before jumping into some more sample photography, let's look again at the new app. Now, you can still take photos by tapping on that shutter button, but by holding it you can go into Quick Take, which will immediately start recording a video, and you can swipe right to lock into that video mode, or tap and hold and swipe to the left and you'll instantly capture burst photos. Another new feature restricted to the new iPhone 11 Pro is the ability to shoot in different aspect ratios. Apple did allow you to switch from 4:3 to square, but now you also have a new option for 16:9. It's pretty handy, and it's non-destructive, so if you shoot in 16:9 and want to switch back to a different mode after the fact, you can do so without any loss in quality. Portrait mode is a huge deal for iPhone users, and it gets even better with the iPhone 11 Pro. Again, you can see the better vivid color on the iPhone 11 Pro on the left compared to the iPhone XS on the right. But we also have the option now to switch out from portrait mode. Instead of just doing 2x using the tele-lens and the wide, we can use the ultra wide and the wide, and we can shoot from 1x, which means you don't have to be so close to your subject or far away from your subject like you had to be with the 2x mode. You can see how zoomed in we are on the iPhone XS. It is far nicer on the iPhone 11 Pro being able to zoom that out just a little bit and not be so close. If you capture a lot of portrait mode images, this will be a huge deal for you. Moving on, let's take a look at that front-facing camera. Apple has upped the megapixels up to 12. It is now capable of a bunch of new features, and we're going to go over those right now, then get into some samples. First, you'll notice that little arrow in the center. You can now zoom out and shoot ultra-wide selfies. You can go yourself and tap on the button, or rotate the phone. It'll rotate automatically and zoom out at the same time. Let's now go ahead and check out slo-mo on both our iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone XS. We're going to switch into slo-mo mode there on the 11 Pro first, and when we switch on the iPhone XS, it jumps us to the other camera. That's because the front-facing camera on the iPhone XS cannot capture slow motion video. The new iPhone 11 can do it at up to 120 frames per second in what Apple calls slow-fies. Here are a few more sample shots on the iPhone 11 Pro. Here's a standard selfie. It looks great in 12 megapixels. You can zoom out with that ultra wide angle lens now, and it'll even work with portrait mode, which looks better than ever. Here are the shots side by side. The iPhone XS on the right looks a little bit blurry, not as detailed. Of course, you can't zoom out like you can with the iPhone 11, and it just looks a little oversaturated. When we do the portrait mode side by side, same issue. The iPhone 11 Pro looks a little more true to life and a little more detailed than the iPhone XS. Looking at some pumpkins and produce, you can see the bokehs look a little bit more natural on the iPhone 11 Pro. And you can see the issues with Smart HDR on the iPhone XS, which was widely oversaturated. Some shots do look very similar, like these flowers, and even these flowers from a distance. But as soon as we crop in, here we are at 200% magnification. You can see the iPhone XS starts to lose some details, and it's still there on the iPhone 11 Pro. Same thing with these peppers. They both look great in both shots. But again, we zoom into 300% and you notice how much better the colors are and the details in the light on the iPhone 11 Pro shot. Now we've moved on to some pet shots. Here we have Mosby. We asked him to pose for this photo. And when we zoom in, you start to see the staunch difference between the iPhone 11 Pro on the left and the iPhone XS on the right. This time, it looks like the iPhone 11 reduced some of the details in Mosby's face, but look at what it did to the pillow. The pillow looks much more natural, and it kind of looks a mess on the iPhone XS. Just way too grainy, and the blanket looks desaturated. Here is Mose one more time, and let's blow it up to 250% and look at the detail around his face. The iPhone 11 somehow managed more depth of field by blurring the pillow slightly, but keeping his face nice and sharp. The iPhone XS did not pull that off. Lastly, the iPhone 11 Pro has a new feature called Night Mode. Night Mode allows basically long exposure shots in very, very low light. So far, we've been really impressed with how amazing this feature is. It'll take a series of photos and then combine them together, unlike a mirrorless or DSLR, which simply leaves the shutter on that entire time. It'll automatically give you the best exposure limit based on how much you're moving around, or you can choose it manually. Here are a few shots that we managed to capture with our iPhone 11 Pro compared to what we also got using our iPhone XS. The results, and this isn't to make a pun, but night and day. Here are a few really impressive shots that our Twitter user Paolo shared with us, and these were shot at a concert on his iPhone 11 Pro. Of course, these, unlike the rest of our photos, have been edited and switched to black and white, but they look amazing to be shot with a smartphone, especially in such low light. Here's another excellent example shared with us on Twitter, highlighting the iPhone 11 Pro's prowess. What we really like about the night mode on the iPhone 11 Pro is how it keeps things looking bright, but you can still tell they're taken at night, rather than just making everything look like a daytime shot. So what do you guys think? Do you love the new camera on the iPhone 11 Pro? Let us know down below in the comments what you think, and if you've taken some great photos with your iPhone 11 Pro, share them with me on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. Hey everyone, did you guys like that video? Be sure to click on that like button so we can create content that we know that you guys want to see. And follow Apple Insider on all social media channels. If you want the best prices on any Apple gear, check out the Apple Insider price guide that is updated daily. And until next time, we'll see you later.